Today I want to talk about TCU and the fight that OU fans should expect from Gary Patterson's squad, and all that's coming up after the bumper.
Don't be cornering me. Hold up. Time. You gotta help me with that corner shit.
What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I'm not on Step Mill. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button because I upload a video every single day. It's always OU related, college football related, sports related. We have a good time. And today I want to talk about why you should expect to fight against Gary Patterson's Texas Christian squad, even as they are sitting at 500 and could be a nightmare for you. But first, I want to encourage you, sign up for my newsletter. There's a link in the description below. If you sign up between now and December 7th, you will be entered to win the Hertz lamp. And I'm going to give that away December 8th. So get in there. All right, let's talk about TCU. After Tuesday's Week 13 college football playoff rankings were revealed, the Oklahoma Sooners looked poised for a trip back to New Orleans. Not to play a national championship, though, but to play a rematch of the 2013 Sugar Bowl and the 2018 Orange Bowl against Nick Saban and the Alabama Crimson Tide in the 2019 Sugar Bowl. That's exactly what we expect to happen, but, that's because the shock that was delivered by the playoff selection committee rankings, well, it revealed that with OU's come-from-behind victory against previously undefeated top 15 Baylor, on the road, it doesn't mean that much. It looked like the Sooners were going to vault into the top 6, which felt like a lock for this committee with the win, but no. So now we got an Oklahoma squad that claims twice as many wins against top 25 opponents as the Tide, Minnesota, Oregon, and Utah, all of which were ranked ahead of OU last week. But the win did not move the committee, even with factors outside of OU's control that put the Sooners in a positive light. The Big 12 saw 4 ranked teams in this week's poll: number 22 Iowa State, number 21 Oklahoma State, and number 14 Baylor, and then, of course, the Sooners. So according to the committee's own poll, number 9 Oklahoma boasts 2 wins against ranked opponents. Meanwhile, Pac-12 programs number 6 Oregon and number 7 Utah own just 1 ranked win between them. And that only team that they have the ranked win against in the top 25? Really? Against top 20 opponent? Number 23 USC, which beat Utah earlier this season. Oregon's best win to date looks like a loss to number 15 Auburn, which doesn't feel at all fair to the kind of football the Sooners have been playing. Ducks fans will have you know, though, that their team has reeled off 9 in a row since losing a game they did not trail in until there were seconds left to play, as Tigers quarterback Bo Nix found Seth Williams with a 26-yard pass for a touchdown to seal the 27-21 win. But I'm Leonard Huff, and I'm saying scoreboard. It matters. Since that game, though, the 3 major polls, Associated Press poll, Coaches poll, and the playoff poll, have kept Auburn ranked among the top and best teams in football. However, the committee seemed to set a precedent that it's not who you lost to, but who you beat that counts the most. For that logic, look no farther than the number 1 team in the country, according to the committee, the LSU Tigers. Ed Orgeron's Bayou Bengals have knocked off 4 or previously ranked 4 opponents. So I'm including Texas in that 4. The Tigers own more wins against ranked opponents than any team in the country. That part is indisputable. And I love math because, like that, Oklahoma's 2 ranked wins should not only count for more than Oregon's, Minnesota, or Utah's, but as well as number 5 Alabama's. The Tide have yet to beat a team that the committee has ranked and owned just 1 win against a previously ranked AP top 25 opponent. That would be the Texas A&M Aggies. In a matching of resumes, OU looks like the best team among those ranked number 5 through number 9. It's a shame the committee just doesn't see the Sooners that way. However, there is still football left to play. Number 2 Ohio State and number 8 Penn State meet this week for a battle for Big Ten East supremacy. A stout Arizona State team gets a crack at number 6 Oregon, and OU has 2 regular season games left to play. And all that just won't matter if the Sooners do not win out, beginning with Texas Christian, which, like Sherman Klump's granny Ida Mae, ain't no easy win. You limp back. You walk over, but you're limping back. What I'm saying is, Sweaty Gary Patterson's boys are tough as hell, man. Hell, the Battletoads are the best 5-5 team in football, which might feel like being, the universe's best blacksmith who's also an elf. You might not have your hands, but you still can make an axe that can only be wielded by a god to strike down Thanos. In this case, OU is Thanos, and, well, you get where I'm going. TCU has been blown out just once all year, a 49-24 loss to number 22 Iowa State last month. They've lost every other game by an average of just 4.6 points, and every loss has come against a team who is or has been ranked in 2019. When TCU gets beat, they get beat by a good team. Then remember, Patterson has dropped Texas, made like Gareth Evans and directed the raid on Texas Tech, rocked and then chalked KU, and were a 51-yard field goal with 41 seconds left to play from knocking off Baylor before losing that game in triple overtime. Texas Christian gave up 223 yards rushing to Chuba Hubbard, which is true, with a long of 92 yards for a score. Quarterback Max Duggan threw 3 interceptions in that game, but TCU only lost that game by a single score. And Duggan is beginning to figure out this FBS quarterback thing as a freshman. Remember, true freshman. He's going to be really good in the next couple of years. He's thrown for at least 258 yards in 3 of TCU's last 4, with 6 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. But his last game, the win against Tech, that's the first game he's played since October 19th against K-State, where he did not throw a pick. But only the Pokes, with 18, are responsible for more turnover opportunities for their opponents than TCU, who 17 this season. And TCU is tied with Baylor for most fumbled recovered by opponents with at least 9. Yeesh. However, Patterson's 4.25 is still one of the stoutest defenses in the nation. TCU leads the league in rush defense, allowing just 3.8 yards per carry. They're the second best team in the Big 12 in pass defense efficiency. The Frogs allow a league best and stingy 55.3% passing per game and have held opponents to just over 209 yards passing per game. And yes, they're the best of the Big 12 in total defense, just ahead of OU. The Frogs have been successful with their defense because they can run support with 8 defenders in the box, and Patterson trusts his corners in man coverage. However, Patterson's best defensive back won't be available to him for the first half against OU Saturday. Cornerback Jeff Gladney was ejected during the second half of TCU's win against Tech for targeting. By rule, he must sit out the next half TCU plays. For OU, who might have to play yet another game without wideout and semifinalists for Blitnikoff Award CeeDee Lamb, that's a part of the field that's ripe for attack. For TCU, it's just one more impediment for the Frogs to bowl eligibility. They need one win in their next 2, and the Frogs haven't beaten OU during the Riley era and still remember getting embarrassed 41-17 in 2017 in the first Big 12 title game since 2010. What I'm saying is this is TCU, the same TCU it's always been, the same TCU that can stick a tongue out, body snatch you, and eat you alive. What I'm saying is expect a fight.